Quick one here. I was going through some monthly, weekly trades and hadn't checked in maybe a week or so on some of these. And this New Zealand ETF is looking pretty interesting. Hopefully, this will look okay on YouTube. I have a new monitor here that lets me run a few more grids, though having to squint. Um, So I've got the monthly here on the lower left, weekly lower right, daily on the upper right, and then another weekly here with just a more simplified view. So yeah, this chart looks pretty cool. It starts in 2011. This is the monthly here, and looks like maybe some type of ABC down starting in 2020, and then it's just had this really tight pattern for 5 years or so, and starting to show some volume. Um, Looks like in February 2026, a pretty big move down on really low volume, and then it's starting to reemerge here. So really good looking pattern. MACD is looking to push off from the zero line here. Low ADX, RSI over 50. So some really good looks on the monthly here. And also this is a point of control on the entire pattern here, so it's all doing this right off the point of control. So looking really good. And then on the weekly looks pretty similar to the monthly right now. MACD pushing off the zero line, low ADX. I have the RSI on this one actually up on this top grid here. Again, RSI over 50, overbought in the short term on like the RSI 5. Again, these are all Joe Rabel, um, part of Joe Rabel's system. And then on the daily, not too much to really talk about on the daily other than this massive volume on this push up here. A little bit of a wick, so yeah, maybe a little concerning, but nothing major. It's pretty far off the moving average. So this one's looking pretty good, especially if it starts clearing these other peaks here. These three peaks as this tightened in between. Um, so yeah, a nice compression pattern that's really drawn out. We could kind of look at some extensions off this whole move here just to get maybe some ideas. I'm using log scale as I always do. Um, Pretty much these are all the fib extensions I use. We really just need to look at the more immediate ones right now. I don't need to go too far out, so I'm just going to use a 382, a 618, and a 1. And so going to a full 1.0 fib extension would be uh, about a 3x from here, and then a 382 would have it revisiting the highs, the all-time highs, and then a 618 would be about a 2x. Not quite, not quite a 2x. Um, so yeah, I like the look of this one a lot. Anything can happen. There's no automatics in trading, but this is a pretty nice looking pattern. I started looking at this one. Uh, it was kind of towards more the beginning of the Iran stuff there, with the strait being closed, and I guess there are like some refineries or something getting taken out or something like that. Anyway, Australia and New Zealand were kind of in the news with concerns of not having the refining capacity. So like even if they could get the oil, they didn't have the capacity to refine it or something like that. Something super bearish sounding. Anyway, I wanted to just look at the charts. New Zealand and Australia, and they looked pretty interesting. So I kind of like seeing things look bullish on bad news. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, again, no automatics, none of this financial advice. Definitely you to you. But I think this one looks pretty good. Also, still tracking ADA. I don't think I'm going to go into ADA too much on this. I had it in like a nested wave 3. Maybe I will pull it up here. Um, I have it just short term in this other tab here, but yeah, you'll see. I had some channels drawn before. I was playing with the idea of this being uh, a nested channel here, but then it broke out. It spent too much time, broke the channel, and so I took it off. And it still could be like a 1, 2, 3, 4, but this is kind of getting sort of deep here. So we'll see what happens. See if it can put in another higher high or something like that. But right now, I still kind of am concerned that this will take in another low, maybe down to 8 to 10 cents. But it's definitely starting to get interesting when the volume, when it's this far off the moving average and it's putting in an ABC looking pattern. There's all this volume coming in. It may not mark the low, but it definitely is starting to get interesting. I see all the time here a lot of these things putting in this high volume alleged low, and it'll put a little bullish action in, then it will undercut the low on low volume. I think there's a Wyckoff name for it, one of the accumulation patterns or whatever, but essentially, it puts in a base and then it tests below the base to test the conviction, something like that. I don't know. You see it all the time though. Yeah, I mean, look at the weekly. Look at these weekly candles here. So we'll see. I think it's going to go lower, but definitely interesting. Um, that said, I mean the technical, like a lot of the indicators look really terrible on this. Like monthly MACD, nothing to really speak of yet. Like even if this gets a rally, it's going to be have signal line resistance and zero line resistance. Uh, it's going to have red DI resistance. Um, moving averages moving down, 50 area of RSI, which is often an area of resistance. It's got to fight through all that on the monthly. And then weekly, no, it's still got the zero line overhead, still got the red DI. Do get a nice, signal line support here with the pinch, but I mean, it's really early. So, I mean, really, the next step is get this daily MACD over zero and see what can happen. But this has so much work to do. But I think that's it for now. Mostly want to talk about New Zealand. I am really into this ADA chart though. I'm watching it every single day. So we'll see what happens. Again, not financial advice. Thanks for listening. I hope this new layout looks okay with my new monitor. Thanks again.